Hi guys, welcome back. So ignore my hair and ignore the lighting. It is really hot in here, so I decided that since I did my makeup, it was okay not to do my hair. So this is just, I don't even know. So I actually wanted to film this video 2 hours ago, but I don't know what I was even doing for the last 2 hours. But now it's like almost dark outside, so the lighting is a little off. But I figured that it really wasn't that big of a deal since this is not a makeup tutorial. Today I'm just going to be showing you the brushes that I use to do my makeup almost every single day. I noticed just in casually talking to people about makeup that they're always like, oh, you know, as many makeup tutorials as I watch, I can't get my eyeshadow to look like that, or I can't get my contour to look like that. And I've come to the conclusion that it's because of the brushes. If you're not using the right brush, your outcome is not going to be how you want it to be. So the first brush that I want to talk about is the brush that I use to do my foundation, and that is the Makeup Geek foundation brush. And it looks like this. It's got a flat top, and the bristles on this brush are very dense and packed together. So the foundation is going to sit on top of the brush, and you're really going to get the most product out of this brush. So you're going to get the fullest coverage, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so what I do is I pump a little bit of the foundation on the brush, or I'll put it on the back of my hand and dip my brush in it, and then I'll stipple it on my face all over just to make sure that I'm getting the foundation all over my face. And then I'll buff it in like this in circular motions. If you are applying your foundation with a beauty blender, which I'll talk about in a second, that's when you would use the pat, like bouncing motions, I guess you would say. And I have heard people that do this with a brush and kind of pat it into their skin, but I don't like doing that with a brush like this because I think it's very easy to get cake face like that, and it's very easy to not make sure that it's all blended in. So I have tried stippling brushes, like the Real Technique stippling brush, and I've also tried putting my white shirt, orange foundation. And I've also tried putting my foundation on with a beauty blender, and this is by far my favorite way. I feel like I get a really nice coverage. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the beauty blender, and I just used these makeup brushes to do my makeup like an hour ago, so that's why they're all dirty. But I promise you I did just wash them a few days ago, but I felt like I might as well just do this video now because I don't think there's going to be a time where my makeup brushes are completely clean for me to film this video. So anyway, the Beauty Blender is my favorite way to blend out concealer. You can use this with foundation, but I just choose the brush because I think the Beauty Blender gets a little bit more full of a coverage than I would like for an everyday thing. So how the Beauty Blender works is you put it under the sink, just wet it with, I like cold water just because I feel like it's refreshing since I use this under my eyes. And then I use this for concealer, so I put my concealer in a triangle motion to highlight, and then I'll just pat this on my skin like this, and that's how you want to blend it out, is just kind of bounce it on your face. And I find that the Beauty Blender really picks up any excess concealer, so it kind of prevents your under eyes from getting cake face. And also because it is wet, it kind of shears out your concealer a little bit, so that kind of just ensures that it's not going to be too heavy. So this is the brush that I think is most important, and that is the brush that you use to contour with. This is, and you can get beauty blenders from Sephora. You can get them, I got mine off Makeup Geek, but you can get beauty blenders anywhere. This contour brush is the Velvet Luxe Soft Focus Sculpting Brush in 315 from It Cosmetics. But I fell in love with this the first time I used this. So it's angled, if you could see. The top is angled, so it fits right into the hollows of your cheekbones right here. And the bristles are tightly packed, but they're so soft, and it's really easy to buff out your contour like this. One tip that I do have for contouring is if you're going to blend upward like this instead of down, because that's how you want that strong contour. Is you don't want to blend below the line because you want that strong contour, but you still want it to look blended, so you just keep blending up like that. But this brush is amazing for contouring, and I just think it just fits perfectly right in the hollows of your cheeks. The next brush I have is my absolute favorite brush, And this is a Morphe M438 brush, and it's tapered at the top like that. I'm pretty sure they call this like a tapered highlighting brush or tapered some sort of brush, I don't know. But I use this for highlighting the tops of my cheekbones right here because I just feel like it just gets the highlight right where you want it. It's not too small and it's not too big to the point where your cheekbones are like disco ball. But I also use this to set my under eye concealer because the point right here gets right up into the eye area, and I just think that it fits perfectly. So again, this is the Morphe M438 brush, and I use this for highlighting and setting my concealer underneath my eyes. So the next brushes I have to talk about are eyeshadow brushes, and I only have 5 right here to talk about, but I probably use about 12 eyeshadow brushes, honestly, to do my makeup every day, but they're kind of along the same line. So like one is a blending brush, one is one I use only for this and that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you my top eyeshadow brushes. Like if I could only choose 5 brushes to do my eye makeup with, I would pick these 5. So the first one is by IT Cosmetics, and it is it just says number 105, but it's like a really fluffy crease brush. So it looks like this, and it's just really big and fluffy, and I love this for blending out my eyeshadow in my crease. You just need a big fluffy brush in your life if you're going to get a blended nice eyeshadow look. So yeah, I cannot, this is what I start off with and I end with when doing my makeup. So you need a fluffy crease brush in your life, and you just blend out your crease with it. The next one is a tapered crease brush by Morphe, and it is the M139 tapered crease brush. So it looks like this. It's kind of tapered at the top along the lines of this brush, but it's just, this is an eyeshadow version and this is a face version, but it's pretty much the same brush. And I really like this for the outer corner of my eye. So if I'm doing like a darker outer corner, I'll kind of put the product on one side and I'll use the side of it to get in there with the outer corner, or with the color on the outer corner, and then I'll use the tip, since it kind of tapers in like this and it's pointy at the top. I'll use the tip to kind of buff it up into my crease, and yeah, that's just how I use this brush. I'll try to find this set that these brushes with the rose gold tops right here, I'll try to find this set on Morphe, because I think that's why it doesn't have a name for anything, because I don't think you can order them separate. I think you have to come or order the set with it. But I love this set. But this brush is also by Morphe, and it kind of just is a flat brush for putting on your lid color. And I really just like this because it honestly holds in the eyeshadow and it doesn't really have a lot of fallout. So I just really like this for packing that color on the lid. This is the last brush from Morphe, and this looks like this, and it's a fluffy crease brush as well, but it's more dense and the hairs are shorter. So this brush is really going to ensure that you have the most color where you're putting this, and it's also going to blend out so there's no harsh lines. I use it to kind of buff out my lid color if I'm doing a smoky eye, but mainly for my crease. The last brush that I want to talk about is this flat definer brush from Smashbox. So I use this mainly for buffing out my lower lash line and putting shadow down there. And I just love this brush. I've tried pencil brushes and things like that, but I always go back to a brush like this for putting on my eyeshadow. And even if I'm doing liner on my lower lash line, I'll kind of buff it. I'll buff it out like with this, and I just really think that it creates the most blended look. And obviously the key to doing your makeup is blending, honestly. If you think that it's blended, keep blending, because it can never be blended too much. I think a lot of people think that if they keep blending that it's going to remove some of the color, but it won't. I mean, unless you're like scraping it. But if you just use a light hand and keep buffing in circular motions motions, and I can't even talk today, and windshield wiper motions, then you are going to get a nice flawless look. So I hope that the lighting in this video isn't too annoying, and I really will try to film in daylight next time. But I just wanted to get this video up because I just noticed that a lot of people don't know what brushes to use where and things like that, or they're just not educated on the types of brushes they should be using. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to go out and pay like $150 for the Sigma makeup brush kit. Real Techniques is a drugstore brand of makeup brushes, and they are amazing. I do use Real Techniques as well. Like I said, these just are my current favorites, and who knows, in 6 months I might do an updated makeup brush favorites. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this helped, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and leave a comment down below telling me what your favorite brushes are, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!